The stock market is usually a direct reflection of the current economic conditions, but here we are in a global pandemic, an ongoing civil unrest, and an unprecedented economic crisis. Yet, the stock market continues to post gains. Can or will this continue, and for how long? We're going to ask this guy right here. This is Ken Moraif. He's a senior retirement planner for Retirement Planners of America. He joins us by Skype to help us make sense of these uncertain times and how to protect your investments from a possible market crash. Good morning, Ken. You're going to give us some great answers today. How are you?
I am doing, one of the things I tell people is to stay healthy and stay sane, and I'm doing my best to do both.
I'm happy to hear that, and it's nice to hear you say that my way too. Stay sane. I'm going to use that also. All right, Ken, just how bad is the economy right now?
Wow, what a question to start with. Well, let me put it in perspective. We have the worst employment numbers since the Great Depression. We have the worst profit numbers since the Great Depression. We have the most bankruptcies since the Great Depression. So, it's a terrible economy. It's really bad. And, the thing about, to put it in perspective, 2008 was a 10% drop in economic activity. We've seen a 30% drop. So this is really historic.
That really puts things into perspective whenever you give us those numbers there. It's a lot of doom, a lot of gloom, considering the market has gained at least 2/3 of the 27% loss that it incurred in the beginning of the pandemic. Now, what is really driving this market rally?
Well, one of the things that we have to remember is that the stock market is not the economy and it's not employment. The stock market doesn't care about all that. I mean, they're related, but it doesn't. What it cares about is corporate profits. And it looks into the future and it says, if profits in the future are going to be better than today, then I'm going to invest in that. And what the market seems to be saying right now is that the profits are going to return very soon to where they were before the pandemic. I actually have a difficult time seeing that. I think it's going to take a lot longer than maybe people thought.
Do you think we need to be prepared for a market collapse, and what can investors do to protect themselves in case that happens?
Yeah, so if you look at previous bear markets, big ones, bad ones, recessions like the Great Depression and Y2K in 2008, all three of those bear markets had rallies within them that were significant. Not quite like the one we just saw here the last couple of months, but significant rallies that made people think that it was over, and it was not. And so this may be different. Certainly nobody knows, but I think preparing for the worst and hoping for the best is a really good idea. We work primarily with people who are retired or retiring soon. So if you're within 5 years of retirement, or you're into retirement, 5 years into retirement, if you're in that 10-year window, I would say yes, the operative word is prepare for a market crash and hope one doesn't happen. And that way, if it does, you have a game plan in place. And we do. We have that. We call it invest and protect. And it's a strategy that we use with our clients right now, as a matter of fact.
And what can our viewers do to help protect their nest eggs during these uncertain times?
Well, as I said, prepare for the worst, diversify, have a game plan. If the stock market is to crash again, it could. And therefore, what should you do to prepare for that? How can you protect yourself? What I would encourage people to do is visit with one of our retirement planners. They'll be happy to sit down with you at no charge or obligation and build a plan to get you through this pandemic and then into retirement. And if you're already retired, to build a plan to keep you retired. So I would encourage people to let us help you if we can.
All right, Ken, prepare, and give you guys a call if you have any questions. So I'm going to make sure everybody has your information right now. Thanks for talking with us. Stay healthy and sane. Retirement Planners of America is offering a free, no obligation financial planning assessment for those who are retired or retiring soon. He mentioned that 5 to 10 year range there. Or if you're just interested to give him a call, you have some questions, 972-NEST-EGG. That's 972-637-8344. You can go to rpoa.com/GMT to request a free appointment.